And welcome to Harford Stadium. Glenn Clark alongside Mark Winkle for this broadcast of the Harford Sports Network on HCN. Today, women's soccer action as the Fighting Owls take on the Knights of CCBC Essex. And Mark, in this case, two red-hot teams coming into this one. Harford riding a 4-game win streak. Essex riding a 5-game win streak. Should be a really good one here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Essex is actually 3-0 right now in conference play, so this is a really big matchup for MD JUCO Conference.
Let's start with the Fighting Owls, and really pacing the way has been Jenna Staton, 5 goals already on the season.
Yeah, the Fighting Owls really like to use their speed up top in their forwards, and Staton as well as Mackenzie Wills. And giving them a lot of assists recently is Brianna Sable. She's really been the playmaker. She had 3 assists in their game against Rowan College on Sunday.
And for Essex, Alyssa Greenstein, already 8 goals on the season, so clearly they're going to bring their own firepower to this one.
Yeah, Essex's women's soccer team hasn't really been a powerhouse of late, but this year they're really showing something strong. They're going to be something to watch out for.
And, of course, you know, these are two teams pretty close to each other. Everybody kind of knows each other a little bit. Nice little rivalry between these schools.
It is what you would call a friendly rivalry. We'll see how friendly it is tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, Harford, Essex, women's soccer action is next. This is the Harford Sports Network on HCN. And we continue to prepare for this one between Harford and Essex. Glenn Clark alongside Mark Winkle here on the Harford Sports Network on HCN. And we have moved to just the side of the field as we prepare for the beginning of this match. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this game. We'll begin with the visitors from Essex. Hannah Burrows is in goal. She's joined in the field by Allison Greenstein, Alexis Regalbuto, as well as Tiana Hopsis, Mackenzie Smythe, Sarah Brantley, Rachel Rossi, Jenna Vogan, Emily DiMatteo, Christina Paulsonelli, and Ashley Hollemeyer. For the Fighting Owls, the homestanding Fighting Owls, Kristen Schock is in goal, Jenna Staton, Brianna Stable, Emily Raleigh, Emily Dolashaw, Grace Humes, Shiana Georgiantakis, Mackenzie Wills, Abby Springer, Cassie Dieter, and Alexandria Adams. Let's pause now for our national anthem. And the Fighting Owls enter today's game 4-1 on the season. As you mentioned, they come in looking for a 4th straight win here tonight, Mark Winkle. In their last 3 games, they have outscored their opponents 15-3. Clearly, the plan for tonight, do more of the same.
Yeah, absolutely. As we mentioned in the pregame broadcast, there's just a ton of speed on the front. They like to use that speed. They've got plenty of playmakers behind them to create the opportunities for them to score. And right now they're on a hot streak, so they just want to keep it going.
And for Essex, we mentioned riding a 5-game win streak. During that stretch, boy, this is an impressive number. They've outscored their opponents 23-4 over the course of the last 5 games, including a 10-0 victory at Niagara County Community College back on September 4th. They're 5-2 on the year. They opened the season with back-to-back losses at home, Lewis and Clark and the Community College of Rhode Island, but they have rolled off 5 straight coming into this one. Boy, that's a bit of a buzzsaw, 23-4 over the course of the last 5 games. This is not going to be an easy task for the Fighting Owls.
Yeah, and especially some of their competition they played recently, Frederick, Anne Arundel, those are pretty good programs traditionally. So going in and beating them, those are some pretty impressive wins. And I think that shows you that there's definitely some legitimacy in this year's Knights team.
No doubt about that. The Knights in the dark blue tops, dark blue shorts. They've got some gold trim here in the first half. They'll be moving from right to left. The Fighting Owls with the mixture of the blue and white tops as well as the white shorts and the white numerals in trim. They'll be moving from left to right. Mark, give me some expectations for you, what we're going to see here in the first half and what it is the head coach Jason Muffaletto wants to accomplish.
I know Coach Muffaletto is really going to want to attack early and often. I think he might be afraid that if Essex gets out to an early lead, it'll give them some confidence that they can really pull off an upset here at Harford Stadium. I think Muffaletto really wants to just go after it, get that first goal, take an early lead, and be able to take control of the game from there.
Jenna Staten and Mackenzie Wills over top of the ball as we are just about ready to get underway here in this one between Harford and Essex at Harford Stadium. So glad that you have joined us for this. The Harford Sports Network on HCN. And immediately Essex, the takeaway, and trying to push the issue right off the bat. Nice play defensively, trying to keep that one in. Grace Humes, it ends up coming all the way back to Emily DiMatteo, and now Essex goes to work.
And it looks like Essex kind of had the same game plan there. They're really coming out strong. They want to come out aggressive.
A great defensive play along the far sideline. Harford now trying to put together a counterattack. Good run on the far sideline. Now looking for a cross from over in the corner. Rolling said, cuts back, slides it into the middle. An opportunity here. Brianna Stable's going to lose it, however. Trying to hold it in, but a good job of clearing that by the Knights.
Yeah, great job on the far side there by Raleigh. As you can see, she looked for Brianna Stable in the middle. Stable has been the playmaker. They want to get her the ball in the middle of the field and let her find someone else to score the goals.
Just could not quite get the cross, and so she decided to make the play on her own. Just throw in from the far sideline. Ball still being battled for over there. Ultimately goes right back over that far sideline for another Harford throw. So they responded well to that initial pressure from the Knights, Mark, and you get the sense that Harford from there sort of settled down a little bit as they go to work again off this throw.
Yeah, Harford's really going to try to push the tempo here. Look for Wills to really try to make something happen in this corner.
And that one will not quite get over the line. It's kept in. Now dug out, trying to clear it are the Knights. And really good job of holding on to that one by the Fighting Owls. They are not giving up on any possession right now. It's slid back near side to Cassie Dieter. Dieter's going to push forward. She now plays it ahead, looking for a combo play there, but just not quite enough on the pass. That ball will trickle over.
I love the thought there of the 1-2 touch. Was trying to just hit it over to the corner. Grace Humes had some space to work with, just couldn't quite get her to her.
Dieter with a long throw all the way into the box, but could not connect. Another attempt at a clear for the Knights. Backing up on it is Adams. She's not able to hold it in. It's taken away by Greenstein. Now right back on top of it, Stable, keeping it for Harford. That's such a small thing, but so big when it comes to the totality. There's no statistic for holding the ball in or keeping it in, Mark, but in this sport, so crucial to keep the pressure on.
Absolutely.
Now a big swing, and it's going to go a little bit wide and easily fielded by Hannah Burrows.
I was just going to mention, keep an eye on number 11, Cheyenne Georgiantakis. She's one of those types of people. She can really hold possession. She has great strength, but she also has a big foot. She loves to take those long shots.
And that was a big swing there. She had the space to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, just didn't quite get all of it, but don't discount her on the next one.
About 3 minutes gone by here in the first half. Now going the other way. Opportunity for the Knights from the far side of the pitch, looking for a cross. Good defense. Really nice play over there by Dolashaw.
Looked like Sarah Brantley of the Knights there. Tried to nutmeg the Fighting Owls defender, but just couldn't quite get it through.
And Brantley's not getting any space to work with. Dolashaw really doing the job over there along the far sideline. It's knocked out for a Harford throw.
Yeah, Dolashaw really is solid defensively back there. She is able to get up the field a little bit from that left back position, but defensively, she's as good as it gets around this conference.
Battle continues for this one right around midfield. Harford back on top of it, but loses it in the middle of the pitch. Now turning it forward, Paulson Nelly trying to get back to that corner, but nobody's home. Let's see if that goes over it's going to go over the sideline, so that'll be a throw-in. And that's a little bit of bad luck there. That's just about a foot away from ending up going out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I see what Paulson Nelly was trying to do there. Just wasn't quite the right move. I think she was trying to force it a little bit. If she had taken her time, she'd turn around. She could have switched the field very easily and had some space for the Knights.
Ooh, a lot of pressure now, and that's going to force coming all the way out Kristen Schock to pick that one up. And a nice job. As soon as she saw that ball was a little bit loose, she decided to go out and get it, and now she can turn it away. Boy, throwing the body around is Georgian Takis. This is what you were talking about a minute ago, Mark.
The two things I was talking about, being physical and has a big boot, they're both of them right off the bat.
On the run, and that's another great play by Humes. She didn't come away with the ball, but she forced the touch, which gets the throw for Harford.
Humes is a fighter. She's a competitor. She may not be the greatest size athlete, but she is absolutely feisty.
Stable couldn't get around. It comes back, held in by Dieter, and Harford goes back to work. Middle of the pitch.
Watch for a shot here.
Oh. Thought about pulling the trigger. You're right, Mark. Now continues it towards the far side. That's Raleigh. Raleigh leaves it back to Adams. Adams looking over. Now turns back to her right, trying to get in towards the box. Lays it off. Shot comes through, but it's going to be wide for just a goal kick. And that was a quick decision made by Adams in order to pull the trigger. This broadcast is authorized by Harford Community College solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the expressed written consent of Harford Athletics is strictly prohibited. And thanks to the corporate sponsors of Harford Athletics for making these telecasts possible. Battle continues for it near midfield. We're about 5.5 minutes into the first half, scoreless between Harford and Essex.
What a fantastic play by Georgian Takis there. Fights off two Knight defenders. The ball is turned over eventually, but still, great soccer there.
And, Mark, safe to say that Harford, for the most part, has dominated these opening 6 minutes of the match. Now, it's a very small sample size, and, you know, it's not indicative of anything just yet, but you have to appreciate the aggressiveness they've shown. They've come out with the right energy for a game like this.
Sure, absolutely. The Fighting Owls, I think they feel like they are the better team here, and they want to try to assert that dominance early and often.
Dolashaw with a throw-in along the far sideline, push forward. Nice job chesting that one down. Now trying to turn was Wills. She had nowhere to go, and she was looking ahead to Grace Humes, but there were 3 dark blue jerseys in the way.
If Stable was able to get that ball through, Humes was making a fantastic run there. Would have had a one-on-one with the goalie. Just couldn't get it through the Knights defense.
Humes can't hold it in on the near sideline, and so now turning the other way. Adams is going to give chase, and she's going to decide to play that one before it goes over. Just plays it all the way back to Schock. Schock can't pick this one up, so she's going to give it right back. And now, you know, this is where Essex is going to show pressure, and Harford's got to be able to deliver. Nice ball played through by Adams, but taken away. Now the ball back up in the air off the head of Dieter. Adams giving chase, but it's Rossi's possession, and then Essex goes back to work. Over towards the corner.
Usually a sign of the team that is not able to get the better possession is when they try to play long balls.
Chance here for Essex, but no one there on the cross, and so a good job of clearing that one out by Adams. And even more impressively, it would have been easy to just send that one over the sideline and regroup. She did a nice job of finding someone wearing the same color jersey as she was in order to push the ball ahead.
Yeah, they do a good job of playing out of the back and not just giving it away like they just did right there.
Right. No whistle there, a lot of contact, but nothing called on Sarah Brantley.
Referee gave the play on. Essex Knights have the advantage here.
And so now moving forward, looking for a cross again from that far corner, and Harford's done a really good job of shutting him down over in that corner. Ball swung in towards the box, headed away by Adams. Now back up into the air. Ball comes all the way out near midfield, and Smythe gets back on top of it for Essex. That one's going to go out. And that'll be a Harford throw. Oh, it's going to be an Essex throw. Okay.
That was actually a really good cross by Polsinelli there. Put it into a dangerous spot, but Adams just got higher than everybody else. Good header away.
Now the throw for the Knights, taken quickly. Right into Polsinelli again. Trying to find a cross for a third time. Keeps this one on the ground. Nowhere to go. Harford patiently looking to clear. And it's not able to do so. Now on the second attempt, that'll get back towards midfield, and Harford's going to try to change fields. Hume's not going to be able to get there in time to get that one. It's going to be a race over towards the near sideline, and unable to come up with it is DiMatteo, so that's a Harford throw. Dieter will take this one. Headed back towards midfield. Polsinelli not able to get on top of it, but foul's called, and so it'll be a free kick for the Knights.
Yeah, as I was starting to mention before, usually a sign of a team that's not able to get the kind of possession they want is when they start playing those deep balls. They're trying to go over top of the defense because they just can't really work it through. Essex has started to already show signs of settling for those long balls, and it hasn't worked out for them thus far.
Doleshaw again with a great first step from over in the corner, and she starts the counter. Now, good placement and pushing forward. Opportunity going towards the box, just a little bit off on the pass. Harvard's got to settle it. That shot blocked off the foot of Grace Humes. Now a long one just over the bar. Great look from the far side of the field, just not quite on target. It sails, but not by much, off the foot of Emily Raleigh.
Yeah, that was a great build-up play. Mackenzie Wills just was barreling down the middle of the field. Found Humes on the outside. Her shot got blocked, but as you said, Raleigh really got a good hit on it, just sailed high of the goal.
And I got to tell you, Mark, I thought that one was going to sail by a good bit more. As it turns out, it was only about a foot or so over the goal. That was a really good look from Raleigh.
Absolutely.
Raleigh, the freshman from Baldwin by way of Falston High School. Now when cross back in, looking for the target, it was Jenna Staten, but Staten not able to get on top of it. Battle continues, pushed ahead by Dieter. Now Staten looking to turn, nowhere to go. So she slides it back to the far side of the field. Again, Raleigh, she's going to give it right back. Staten, good defense by Essex, not giving Staten anything to work with.
Glenn, did you see how far Dieter was pushed up there to win the ball back? Essex is just trying to clear it out, and the defensive line for Harford is pushed so high they're able to just put it right back into the danger zone.
They are all playing on the other side of midfield. There is no one back outside of the goalie, Kristen Schock. They are absolutely thinking offensively and thinking to push forward.
And Fighting Owls usually play with a normal 4-4-2. They're one of their center defensive players are playing halfway up the field.
Brantley now with it for Essex. Good move right back into the middle. Now she gets it ahead, and there was a miscommunication there and very nearly danger, but a great job at the last second to slide in and take that one away. Good recovery, and Doleshaw is part of that.
A miscommunication is right, Glenn. Rachel Rossi was wide open
standing
in
by
the middle of the
herself.
field. Oh, my goodness. She was yelling for the ball, finally got the service, but couldn't control the cross.
And that's one of those awkward moments. Oh, a good ball there to Brantley. It's not quite on target, so she's going to have to give chase towards the corner, but she's one-on-one from there. And top of the cross, she goes 5-hole to move right back into the box.
Ooh.
Think she
Wow.
initiated the contact. They're going to call the foul outside of the box. That was very, very close. Very dangerous. She was tangled with Dieter.
I must say, Glenn, I'm confused by the referee's call there because it looked like it was Brantley that actually threw the arm out.
I thought so too.
And yet the foul goes against Harford.
DiMatteo was going to come over to take the free kick. Now it looks like they've changed their mind. 12 minutes gone by here in the first half, 33 to play. Free kick from a very dangerous spot here for the Knights. Imagine they're going to look to go far post. Harford's got to dig in. First free kick opportunity in a dangerous spot. Sails past the far post, knocked down. And that one's going to trickle over. Nope, it's going to be held in. I thought that was going to get over the line, but kept in and played forward.
Yeah, Mackenzie Smythe was just trying to get into the middle of the box, just sailed on her a little bit, a little too much backspin.
And now Wills, she's got numbers, 3-on-2 right now. Doesn't know where to go with it, plays it ahead. Ooh, just could not quite get the first touch. Good stable, and so that allows Essex to get back defensively.
Yeah, stable there. Took too many touches. She should have just tried to do a quick 1-2, but just couldn't quite keep getting control of the ball, was dribbling around, just needed to get rid of it, pass to another teammate.
Doleshaw back towards the corner. And now once again, looking for a cross is Raleigh. She loses it. Play back towards midfield and settling on it there. Sarah Brantley, however, taken right back. The battle for the ball continues.
And that time it was Abby Springer who darted forward from the defensive line and was able to get the ball back for the Fighting Owls.
And that's a long run there for Doleshaw. And by the time she got to it, she had nowhere to go with it, so she just had to play it over the far sideline.
Yeah, so far it looks like for the Knights, Brantley is their most dangerous player. She's been able to get the ball into the side of the field there, and she's made some good runs. Owls definitely need to watch out for her.
Brantley and Doleshaw has been a great battle throughout the game. Doleshaw plays that one back over the far sideline for another throw for the Knights. But those two have been getting after each other pretty much every time Essex touched the ball. That ball popped up, but well over the goal. Going to go out for a goal kick.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that was supposed to be a cross, but Just didn't quite get to where she wanted it to be.
Looks like we got a change. We'll tell you about it in a second. Harford Sports Network Radio returns with sfmsports.net for expanded coverage in the 2016-17 athletic year. Watch for details about upcoming broadcasts this season, including games on WHFC 91.1 FM. You can also hear HSN broadcasts on your computer, iPad, or iPhone. Just go to harfordathletics.com or sfmsports.net for the links and the broadcast schedule, and check out the live video stream of most Harford home contests as well. And that ball goes out for a throw now far sideline. Battle continues for it.
So yeah, as you mentioned before, Shannon Hazel came into the game for the first time. She's a very versatile player. She can do a lot of things for the Fighting Owls in the middle of the field.
Veteran on this team is a sophomore from Falston, and then a shot taken. Boy, that was a little bit more of a tester than I thought it was going to be off the foot of Alexandria Adams. She played it across her body and forced Burrows to go down and get it. It was a difficult shot, and I thought it would just be easily gobbled up by Burrows, but Burrows had to go down and get it, and now she plays it away to midfield.
Yeah, Adams is very aggressive. She's another one of those who have absolutely no problem taking a long shot. In fact, against Rowan Burlington on Sunday, she had about a 25-yarder into the upper top of the net, and it was a fantastic shot.
Third of the way through the first half. Harford, Essex scoreless here on the Harford Sports Network on HCN. Glenn Clark alongside Mark Winkle with you for this one. Not a lot of great opportunities so far for either team. A few shots taken by the Fighting Owls, and it's nothing that's been of a terrible threat either way. Ball comes all the way back. It'll be a goal kick for Kristen Schock. And Schock, I said it a couple times, so it's going to be a free kick. I apologize. A little bit of a wind here today. It's been a little bit breezier than I expected. It was a warm day in the state of Maryland today as we are officially into the fall.
Speaking as someone who is sitting here right now, I am actually very glad it is breezy compared to what it was earlier.
Yeah, it's certainly appreciated. Don't think it's enough to have an impact on much that's going to be happening here on the pitch. I don't think the breeze is going to carry a ball in any sort of funky way, but just a little bit of a breeze and the occasional gust. I look up at the flags. The flags are actually moving a little bit, so never know. Might have some sort of impact at some point.
I'll tell you what, though, a beautiful sunny day like this is a great opportunity to show off Harford's brand new turf field just put in this year. I mean,
it's gorgeous,
isn't it? It really is. It's something that we're very proud of here, and we hope to keep showing it off for a lot of games out here.
And I appreciate that Coach Mufaletto is taking advantage with his team's speed of that nice turf field here at Harford Stadium.
Yeah, it runs very smooth, and the painted in lines there where it looks mowed across, it adds another level of authenticity to it that really just brings it out. It's bright, it's beautiful, it's a lot of fun to watch sports on.
Takis plays that one back towards midfield. That's going to go out over the near sideline and be another throw-in for the Owls. And Dieter goes a bit of a longer throw-in, trying to get it back into the offensive side. And now ultimately comes away to Stable. She plays it back, and the battle for the ball continues in the middle of the pitch. Ultimately a good step through to take that one away by Mackenzie Smythe, and the Knights are back on top of it. From the corner, and again, Doleshaw is going to be asked to go to work over there. She's been great so far. She's getting herself in the way. Ball still on the turf, and it's Doleshaw, wouldn't you know, comes away making the play.
And that time it was Brooke Rosenberger of the Knights trying to take on two Owl defenders. Just can't do that. When you're in that kind of position, you've got teammates that are in the box. You just got to get that ball across and try to let one of your teammates make something happen in front of the goal.
Approaching the midway point of the first half, still scoreless. And
boy, I think they called an illegal throw-in over there.
Yeah, I think they did too.
You don't see that very often at this level.
And so it'll go back to the Owls. And we haven't seen either team for about the last 5 minutes. Neither team has really had, a prolonged possession. The ball has mostly been in the middle of the field for the last 5 minutes of play.
And neither team really has a prolonged possession in terms of just being able to push it forward. So, yeah, like you said, it's a lot of battle in the middle of the field, and it's just going back and forth. Nobody's really looking to have a great build-up, except maybe right now.
Yeah, Stable with a great ball through to Adams. Adams putting her head down and going to work. Second defender comes over, and let's see. Is everybody all right? Yeah, everybody's going to get back up, and they're going to call that on Adams. She initiated the contact, so it'll be a free kick for the Knights.
Yeah, that was an awkward one. It looked like Adams went low, but then the two Knight defenders ran into each other.
Boy, Adams put her head down and just wanted to go to work there. I wanted to take that all on her own. And it's good aggressive play. Just did not see the second defender coming in that situation. So now the Knights try to take it the other way. Regalbuto. And now back towards the middle, and that's Greenstein. Now she plays it ahead. This is very dangerous. Not able to touch it the first time, however, was Rossi. And now good defense as it's taken away by Georgiantakis.
Georgiantakis comes all the way back from the midfield to cut out the forward making the run.
Great ball ahead, and back on top of that one is Humes. She unfortunately has that taken right back from her by Mackenzie Smythe. She's going to get back on top of it, however, 2-on-2 right now, but nowhere to go with it. She plays it towards the box, looking for a combo play, not able to get the pass back from Wills. Wills still digging in for it. It's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, it was a good battle there on the end line, but Wills just couldn't quite get the best of the Essex defender.
I think that Humes was hoping for Wills to go back heel on that one.
I agree. It looked like a nice opportunity for a 1-2 play, but Wills decided to keep going towards the corner. Yeah, if she did a little back heel, Humes had a lot of room in front of the goal.
And that's tough. Those aren't easy, obviously, but could have turned into something that time down. And speaking of a back heel,
there's your back
one,
heel.
Right? Comes all the way back, and pushing forward is Dieter. Dieter at ahead now. It's Stable on top of it. She plays it towards the corner. Wills looking for a cross. Nope, she's going to play it back in towards the box herself on the turf. Oh, and not touched. Oh, gosh, that's about 3 times so far tonight now. That first touch just not there for Harford. Stable had the opportunity this time.
Yeah, and for Stable, it was at least her second time. She tried to get control before a shot. Might have been a better choice to go for a one-time shot there.
Dolashaw, that's a brilliant play along the far sideline. She holds up, gets the ball, sees a defender there, plays it off of her, and gets the throw-in for the Owls. Still 24 minutes to play here in the first half. And that one will be an attempt to clear it away, but not going to be able to. As you talk about that back line of Harford playing up so far here tonight. Stable now near side. And in towards the box, trying to turn on that one, and nowhere really to go for Adams. She leaves in the middle of the field. Now Georgiantakis takes a long shot. That's going to be on 2 hops. Easily handled by Hannah Burrows.
But once again, you see Georgiantakis, no worries at all about taking long shots. She's going to take those every chance she gets.
And Burrows, boy, she's got a good punt.
No kidding.
And nearly misplayed there. Good job by Dieter to get on top of that one and try to turn it the other way for Harford. Stable now, middle of the pitch. Leaves it back.
That was a dangerous pass from Stable. Tried to leave it off for her teammate, but her teammate was covered pretty tightly.
But really a good effort by Chase Otenisek into the match to get that back for the Owls.
Adams looked like she had a nice chance for an okey-doke there, trying to flip it over the defender. And Hapsis there forced to get her hand on the ball to stop it from happening.
Georgiantakis is going to take this free kick, and imagine you're going to try to play it towards the box, probably far post.
I don't know. Knowing her, she might try to shoot here.
Yeah, it was pretty far out. And I don't think that was an attempt at a shot, but it might as well have been. It's caught easily out of the air by Burrows.
Yeah.
And we were talking in the open about how well these girls know each other, Mark. And, when you're in this area, you have club teams, you have travel teams, you have everything that you have. These are all girls that likely have come across each other at some point in time. Yes, 2 different counties, and so they're playing at different high schools and don't know how much their high schools might have played each other. But you imagine a good number of these girls have crossed their paths at some point in the past.
Sure, and for the Fighting Owls, I know there's only 5 sophomores on the team, so there are a lot of freshmen, but as you mentioned, they're playing each other on all sorts of levels.
Adams now back to Stable. Stable, right flank, pushes it forward and trying to dig that one out. Not able to get to it, but it's going to earn a throw-in. Just with the effort on the run was Mackenzie Wills.
The one thing I'm going to say is Wills keeps trying to get the ball towards the corner. I'd like to see her try to make a run towards the goal, see if Stable can get her towards the goal and maybe take a run at it as opposed to just keep going away from it.
Long throw from Dieter over the head of Wills, taken away by Essex. And now that ball played well forward. Dolashaw once again she's been excellent.
Yeah, she has.
So far in this first half.
The Fighting Owls, they have to watch out. Their pushed-up defense there, it was 2-on-2. If that ball got through, it would have been dangerous, but definitely a great job.
What a slick little through ball played there. And now a turnaround shot. It's going to be well wide from Grace Humes. It'll be a goal kick. Will give me the opportunity to tell you to make plans now for 2 great upcoming October events at the APG FCU Arena on the Harford campus. WWE Wrestling takes place on Saturday, October 8th. I'll be here for that, while on Saturday, October 22nd, it's a night of stand-up comedy with Billy Gardell from the hit TV series Mike and Molly. Get wrestling ticket info at 877-840-0457. Comedy show tickets are on sale at tickets.harford.edu. And tremendous events. I know there's a concert tonight. Just a tremendous time to be on the Harford campus, Mark.
Yeah, the Aberdeen Proving Ground Federal Credit Union Arena hosts a lot of great events. It's one of the best venues around this area, and it's a fantastic place to go.
And that's a really cool wrestling event, too. That's a really popular event. NXT that's coming here to HCC.
The flag is down. She's onside.
It's going to be really difficult. Brantley tracks it down. She runs out of steam a little bit. Now she's going to get the shot off low, and a great save. Great save by Kristen Schock, and she's able to get back on top of it. Brantley was just slowed down enough, and I think she ran out a little bit of a steam on her own on that run, Mark, and it was just enough to take enough off of that shot.
You know, Glenn, I was just going to mention to you that Brantley just came back on the field, and you have to watch out for her. As we mentioned earlier, she's been one of their most dangerous players for the Knights, and yeah, the Fighting Owls almost got caught out there, and a great save by Schock to save him.
And Brantley just did not get a ton on that shot, and that was in part because of the defensive effort, the recovery on the defense to keep this a scoreless match. So, wow. That was a very dangerous, by far the most threatening moment in this match so far. And coming up with a huge save was the freshman goalie from Bel Air by way of Falston High School, Kristen Schock.
And as I mentioned before, while the Fighting Owls defense being pushed up is really helping them to keep the pressure on, you got to watch out for those long balls. They got caught out there with their defense being a little too pushed up, and there was not enough cover in the back to stop that.
Well, when you do that, you're relying on speed, right, Mark? I mean, this is a case of saying, hey, we trust that if there's a ball that comes through like this, I know we're pushing them up, but we think they can get back and recover. They kind of lucked out a little bit this last time, but they're counting on the speed of their defenders to get back.
They are, and that is typically a good strategy as long as you're sure that you can win that. But I don't know, the speed of Brantley once again here.
She's got 2 defenders right on her, but a good ball. She's not going to be able to get that shot off. The second one is blocked. Great effort by Georgian Takis to not allow a shot to get through.
Yeah, Georgian Takis has moved back from the midfield into that center defensive spot. Great block, as you mentioned, but Brantley is really terrorizing the defense.
And right now, I guess the danger for the Owls is this is a 1-on-3 situation, and is the flag up? Yeah. Well,
I don't see the flag being up by the assistant referee.
They say it touched out. Okay.
So the head referee made that call on himself.
That was a throw that's coming now for the Knights. A little bit of confusion. Certainly confusion over here at the table. Oh, there's a change here. All right, now I understand. Let me tell you that the 8th annual Heather Hurd 5K run and 1-mile fun walk will take place on the Harford campus this year on Saturday morning, October 29th. The event raises awareness to combat distracted driving and supports the Harford Book Scholarship Fund. For more information, call 443-412-2428. Another throw coming from the far sideline, this time for Harford. Doleshaw plays it ahead quickly. Good to have you with us for this one, is once again back on their heels, and now trying to turn this one is Adams. Boy, really, really tough ask there, and a good effort to get the job done and push it ahead to Atenisek. Atenisek forward, now hard run coming for Stable, not able to hold it in. And this is a battle going on right now. Great turn, keeping that ball in by Hollemeyer. Taken right back by Stable, however.
Good pass
now
by
she slides
Stable
into the middle, and not much on that shot, unfortunately for Adams. The left foot just sort of pushing it in the direction of the goalie, not really getting anything that would test Essex goalie Hannah Burrows.
As I mentioned before, Stable is the playmaker of this team. She's the one who, when she gets the ball on her foot, good things can happen. She found Adams in the middle, just bad shot.
Great long ball played ahead. Regobuto not able to get on top of it, and ultimately thwarted by Georgian Takis. She slides at the far side, and Dolashaw.
Great job by Dolashaw to keep that in bounds.
How many times have you said those words tonight? She has been awesome. 2/3 of the way, nearly through the first half. Still 16 minutes to play. Scoreless match between Harford and Essex. Essex with the best opportunity so far of the match on a shot from Brantley after a good long ball, and they have quickly gone to playing those longer balls, Mark. They are trying to do exactly what you said earlier in the match, is take advantage.
Well, and you see Essex is actually having some success going with the long ball, getting it over top of the defense, so why wouldn't you keep going back to it?
No doubt, and get yourself some opportunities. Ball kept in along the far sideline, trying to cross it back into the middle. One touch, but not going to get on goal. Held in somehow, some way.
That was a bad clear by Otenesek. She needs to do better than that.
Greenstein in the middle of that. The 8 goals on the season now taken right back by the Owls and pushed forward.
And that was doing better than that, so
right.
She'd answered me right away.
Ball back on the turf. It's 2-on-3 right now from the far side of the pitch. Staten, she has her pass knocked down. Turning on it. Opportunity here for Wills. 2 defenders on her. She's looking for a cross. It's going to go behind the goal. It'll be a goal kick.
And once again, you see Wills going away from goal, then trying to make something happen. Would love to see if she could cut that back inside.
And another check coming, a change coming, as Stable will check out. And that looks like
Grace Humes coming back in for them.
Okay.
For the Fighting Owls.
So Humes, the freshman from Forest Hill by way of Harford Christian, back into the match. And this roster made up almost entirely of Harford County natives.
Yeah, Coach Muffaletto really likes to try to keep the local kids. He thinks they have a little bit more dedication to the school. It's also great when you have family and friends that are local that can come out and support the team. As you can see behind me here, Glenn.
Yeah, a lot of the athletes out here.
Great crowd here for tonight. A lot of people rooting on the Fighting Owls, and I'm sure there's some Essex fans too, since it's not a long trip up 95.
No question about that. Along the far sideline, Humes not able to keep that in. It's going to go out for a throw-in for the Knights. And you see a look at the crowd packed in. And a lot, as I was talking about, the support from other athletes in this Harford program. Really impressive to see athletes from other sports coming out to support the women's soccer team here tonight.
That's a strong part of being at Harford in the athletics department. A lot of support from all the teams. If you go to any sport, it doesn't matter which one, you will see players from every one of the teams, even coaches, coming out to support each of the sports.
Kenzie Wills on it, trying to push it forward for the Owls. One touch by Staten. Now she's going to look to continue to push it wide. Otenesek on the run, has it taken away, and that's going to go out. Oh, nope, somehow. Yeah, I thought it got over the line. Was waiting for the call there, and it did. Great effort by Brantley to try to keep it in, but she just lost it over the line, so a throw-in for the Owls.
I always knew you were right the first time, Glenn.
Thanks, I appreciate that, Mark. Now, Dieter has gone with these long throws into the box, and they haven't really turned into anything just yet, but you like the effort, and you wonder if one of them just might be able to turn into the right header attempt.
That was actually a fantastic flick-on header by Wills to get it to keep moving her down the row. Neither Grace Humes nor, who was that, Emily Raleigh, made their run behind to try to get through, but great flick-on header.
Dolashaw back towards the middle of the pitch. Still 12.5 minutes to play here in the first half of a scoreless match. Georgian Takis.
I think Georgian Takis just threw a stiff arm out there to keep her off the ball.
There was definitely contact. There's no doubt about that. That was a physical play. Good moves there by Staten. She now tries to get it back to the middle of the box. Holding it in, somehow Adams. Staten looking for it near the sidelines.
That was a great clear by Ashley Hallemeyer at Knights. She was put under a lot of pressure by Adams, but still able to get it out.
And Staten gets a bit of a shove from Brantley. Just a hello, how you doing today?
Yeah, there's been a few of those in this match so far. We're still in the first half, but you can definitely see signs of some physicality.
Dieter again with the long throw. That attempted pass from Wills knocked down. She holds on to it. Now a shot that's going to sail well over the goal from Jenna Staten.
Yeah, you could see Staten when she was taking that shot, her weight was leaning back. She was on her back foot, wasn't able to get on top of that ball and keep that shot down.
And it allows Hannah Burrows a goal kick. Polsinelli back into the match for Essex. Still 11 minutes, 15 seconds to play here in the first half. Otenisek, good move. Looking for a cross. That one's deflected and into the waiting arms of Hannah Burrows.
Burrows has been solid so far. Hasn't had to make a whole lot of saves, but seems to be in a good position. And as you mentioned, she's got that big boot out of the goal.
Well, it doesn't look like she's going to let anything cheap in, which is important. That's the first thing you have to accomplish as a goalie, right, is you can't give up anything cheap. Making the spectacular saves, we'll see if she's needed to do that. Boy, a lot of contact there, no whistle. And so that one will get safely back into the arms of Kristen Schock.
Yeah, from my angle here, I think that's a great decision by the referee. Georgian Takis went down.
Battling Regal Buto there.
Yeah, but she went down, but she didn't make contact. It looked like the Knights player kind of ran into her, so really good no call.
And still the battle continues. It's Regal Buto.
There's a few elbows being thrown there.
And this time, this might be a just trying to take control of the match type of call. Otenisek and Regal Buto doing battle, and this might want to say, hey, look, I know it's a physical sport, but let's settle down a little bit. Let's settle down.
Good job by the referee, trying to just get in the middle there, say a few kind words to settle things down. Referee's got to smile. That's when you know things are going well.
And that ball's going to be played well forward and over the head of Georgian Takis. It gets all the way back to Schock, and she just plays it out on the turf.
Polsinelli's been putting out some great long balls. And once again, it's Brantley putting on the pressure, but Schock, like you said, comes out of his goal real quick and is able to clear that out.
Worth noting, Georgian Takis, the tallest player on the roster at 5'8", so you know how high up that ball got if Georgian Takis couldn't get to it.
As I keep mentioning, and you as well, those balls over the top, it's been very effective for the Knights. I don't see why they would change it up.
Throwing from the far sideline, Stable with the first touch. Now it continues from the corner. Brought back, all the way back to Doleshaw now. Doleshaw swings it back towards the middle of the field. And having to come up for this one, Dieter will take it from Adams as they sort of switch spots. Adams will get it back. Now she turns back towards the middle of the pitch. Adams surveys, lays it off. Now an opportunity. Humes continues to the far side. Doleshaw up, pushes it towards the corner. Attempted a cross. Humes trying to get to it, not able to keep it in. That goes out for a goal kick.
Fighting Owls did a really good job there of trying to spread out the Knights' defense, trying to open the field up. I know the Knights are trying to park the bus a little bit right now, as they say, but they're really the Fighting Owls are trying to stay spread out, keep the field open, allow them to try to find some holes in this Knights defense.
It's good prolonged possessions. You like those. You like controlling the ball. You like trying to see if maybe somebody just makes a miscue defensively, and then you're able to get away with something a little bit more cheap, if you will. You know what I mean? But that's what the idea of a prolonged possession.
Yep, and especially, like I said, when they're parking the bus, you really you have to get that possession and pick your opportunities when to go towards the goal and make the most of your chances.
Good run here to try to prevent that from turning into an opportunity, and it's going to come back to Kristen Schock. And I think for a second she was confused as to who that went off of and whether or not she was allowed to pick that up.
Great hustle by Rossi there, but looks like she might have knocked her head. Referee checking in on her, but he's allowing play to continue.
Well, now you got to worry if she's bleeding. She keeps trying to hold her face. The ball goes the other way.
Typically the referee stops play if there's a head injury. I'm kind of surprised he's letting this go.
No doubt. Middle of the pitch, and now laid off towards the far side of the field. Otenisek on it from the right flank. She's got some space. She slides it back in. And just not able to find anything there. Dieter keeps possession.
Oh, good ball by Dieter.
Pushes it ahead. Turnaround shot blocked. And it's going to come all the way back out and be an opportunity for Rossi. Turn it away. It's actually Rosenberger taken away by Dieter, but over the far sideline, and that's a Harford throw.
Once again, good call by the referees there. As Dieter was trying to clear it back in, it was deflected. Harford throwing.
Long throw again from Dieter. That's what she's been doing tonight. Kept in, back towards the middle of the pitch. Now turning on it, Stable. Back near towards this side, Otenisek. And that one's going to get, it's still being battled for. Great
fight
play.
by Staten.
Staten knocked away from the middle of the pitch. Adams back on top of it.
She could have that.
She had no room to get it off, though, was the problem, and now it's taken away by the Knights. Great effort by Polsinelli.
And look at that. Once again, Polsnelli trying to go with the long ball. This time trying to find Rossi. You can see what Polsnelli's trying to do every time she gets control of the ball in the middle of the field.
Just send that ball as far down the pitch as you can and see if you can't turn it into a one-on-one situation.
What a fantastic pass by Springer.
And a great touch by Adams to settle it down, plays it in towards the box, coming out and getting to that one first is Hannah Burrows. It was a race to the ball, won by Hannah Burrows, and you almost caught Burrows a little bit of no man's land situation there. She started to come out, then was a little bit worried if maybe she shouldn't have stayed on the line. Ultimately decided. A great decision there by Schock to just camp out.
Brantley threw a little elbow into the back of Georgian Takis there. They're exchanging a few words.
As I was saying, that no man's land situation nearly caught her in it, but she decided to make the aggressive play and come out and get the ball.
Yeah, and I think Humes could have actually taken another dribble or two to see if she could open up the possibility to see what Burrows was going to do. Maybe if Burrows was going to come out farther, maybe take a dribble around. But she ended up just taking the quick shot and not getting a great shot off.
Approaching 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we're going to talk to Penelope Fantas, one of the assistant coaches for this Harford Fighting Owls team. We're going to talk to her about her experience as a player and now as a coach. Long ball played in. Adams really giving that a run. And Burrows not able to catch it safely, but was able to softly tap it to herself so she didn't leave a rebound opportunity either.
I'll tell you what, though, Burrows needed to get her hands on that one. That was hunting the corner the whole way.
No doubt. And she thought about it, too. Now, here's a ball played forward on the run. Rossi.
Schock didn't come out of her goal this time.
Rossi tries to clear it in. She had an opportunity there with Brantley, but it was taken away.
Yeah, I think Brantley got a shot off, but a good block there by the Fighting Owls defense.
And now Rosenberger slides it to the middle. Opportunity for Greenstein. She loses it. Falls down on the turf, and Harford's going to clear. Harford's been up to the task every time they've been threatened, but there have been a few that have been really dangerous.
Yeah, and Harford was kind of looking for a counterattack there, but with the Knights not really looking to push too far forward, they're forced to just pull it back and try to just gain possession.
And a bit of a shove, but that's going to be a goal kick. And Brantley is getting in and mixing it up. She has no problem. The freshman from Rosedale by way of Eastern Tech. She is very aggressive.
And the referee's going to go have a little chat with her right now.
Yeah, no card, no booking, just a conversation. That was not necessary. That ball was getting over the line.
And usually that's a good sign of a referee is when he's able to have a conversation, give them some opportunities to change their behavior before he starts getting the cards out in the game.
Goal kick. Right now taking these goal kicks. There's a long ball played in, but wide of the net.
Yeah.
So Schock will let it go by.
Polsnelli this time using her big foot to take a long shot instead of just hitting it over the defense. Was going wide the whole way, but still a good opportunity for her. I don't know if the Knights are going to get much better opportunities towards goal, so why not have a shot from there?
Georgian Takis is the one taking the goal kicks, and you saw on the first one that Schock wasn't able to get a lot on it, but the disappointing part about having another player take your goal kicks for you is that then they're not down the pitch in order to get on top of them.
Especially for a player like Georgian Takis, who with her height, she's able to probably win those jump balls.
50-50, yeah. When it's Georgian Takis, it's more like 55-45. Throw-in coming
right you are,
for
Glenn.
the Knights. 2.5 minutes to play.
There's another elbow, and the referee caught it.
And he's going to come over and say, hey, we talked about this the last time. I told you what I told you. Brantley's not happy about the whistle.
That's actually Rossi over there.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's Rossi.
But she has also gotten a talking to earlier in this game, and you can see her shaking her head in disappointment at the call. But I feel like it was the right play.
Springer takes the free kick for Harford. Only 2 minutes left here in the first half.
Oh, bad turnover
Raleigh
there.
not able to hold on to that one, and now it's Brantley. Brantley working from the left flank. Now plays it back towards the middle of the pitch. Boy, Greenstein's got no one around her. Thought she was going to pull the trigger on that one. You scored 8 goals on the season, like sort of a figure in that you're going to take that first touch.
Yeah, but good job by Hazel to track back.
Ball crossed to the other side, but not able to connect.
Hazel ran a whole long way there from midfield to cut that out. Otherwise, you're absolutely right. Greenstein had a ton of room to shoot there.
So 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds to play here in the first half. You can now customize the latest in Harford gear. Just visit SidelineStores.com for an amazing array of options to outfit yourself and all of your Harford friends at SidelineStores.com. Hopsis takes it away, giving chase, not giving up on that is Humes, but it gets all the way back to Burrows. Plays it back out the midfield. And look at Georgian Takis.
Yeah.
She is absolutely saying, I'm going to get inside position.
Do you see the height difference on that one?
There's no doubt. He's got an advantage.
Oh, good 1-2 ball.
Player. Offsides, flags up. Oh, well, they're calling.
Yeah, they're finally going to call
finally,
the offsides.
I was going to say, flag was up the whole time. I was trying to figure out why that wasn't being called. Under a minute to play.
That was the 1-2 ball that I was talking about earlier from Stable. Instead of just trying to get control of it, losing control, she just did a quick 1-2 pass and opened up for Humes. Unfortunately, Humes was just a little offside.
A little early on that run. 30 seconds now left in the half, and we'll see if Essex can do anything here. Looks like they're not going to look for the long ball, instead content. Play that down and try to grind us to the intermission. Given away, but just 20 seconds left as Harford gets it back. Crossing the pitch, Otenisek not able to win it cleanly. Pushed forward, now 10 seconds left. And that's going to do it here for the first half. Some opportunities for both teams. One that was very dangerous for Essex, but we will go to the locker rooms scoreless here at the break. We'll come back in, take a look at first half stats, and we will also have a conversation with Penelope Fontes. That's coming up. This is the Harford Sports Network on HCN. Back here at the half, Harford and Essex scoreless. This is the Harford Sports Network on HCN. Glenn Clark alongside Mark Winkle, and now joined by Harford assistant coach Penelope Fontes. Penelope, pretty good effort from the Owls there in the first half.
Yes, it was.
What would you like to see better from the Fighting Owls in the second half to try to get the lead here and come away with a win?
It would be nice to see them play more consistent. They're playing very hard first half, just not staying consistent the whole game. They're playing hard, different spurts. I just want to see them hit it down the flanks, hit it down the corner flag, and cross it. And just staying more consistent would be very good for the next half.
We were really impressed by Dolashaw's effort in particular in the first half. It seemed like every time the ball came her way, she was there to make the play.
Yep, she was always there. She knows how to just cut the person off and just hit it right down the flag, or just hit it to the corner flag or the sideline. She's always right there at the right time.
Now, Penelope, you were a Harford Fighting Owl. You played on some great teams. You went to nationals. You were first team all-everything. Compare your experiences with that team compared to this team. Do you think this team kind of has the ability to go as far as your teams did back then?
They definitely have the potential. They just, like I said, have to stay consistent through every game, or else they can just get like a very easy goal, and then that's it. So you have to just literally stay consistent every single game, and then you can get right to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, well, I was going to ask you about this incredible turf here at Harford Stadium. How about this?
Yeah, when we were here, it wasn't that great.
Penelope, thanks for taking the time. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks,
very
Penelope.
much. Thank you, guys.
Penelope Fontes joining us here at the half. We'll come back in, take a look at the stats from the first half, and get you ready for half number 2. It's the Harford Sports Network on HCN. Back here at the half, scoreless between Harford and Essex. Glenn Clark, Mark Winkle with you on the Harford Sports Network on HCN. And let's take a look at the stats from the first half. And some opportunities for both teams. 10 shots taken by the Fighting Owls, Mark. Just none that were of particular threat to the goalie, Hannah Burrows from Essex.
A lot of them were from farther out. Alexandria Adams, she had 3 of them. I think all of those were from long range. So as you said, they're not the greatest of chances, but they are absolutely putting some pressure on the Essex Knights goalie.
Burrows credited with 4 saves, 1 save credited to Kristen Schock, and it was a tough one off a shot from Sarah Brantley.
Yeah, Brantley had 3 shots in the first half. She is certainly the one the Fighting Owls need to keep an eye on mostly. She's been a dangerous person throughout the contest.
3 fouls whistled on both teams. And looking at the stats right now, anything else that jumps out at you, Mark, and what you've got from the first half?
I think the one stat that we don't have on the screen right now is possession time. Harford has definitely dominated possession, And I would be very curious to see what that stat would say, because I have a feeling it would be heavily in favor of the lighter blue team.
I think the other noteworthy part in the first half, no real set piece attempts for either team. I mean, you had the one free kick. Let me take that back. You had the one free kick opportunity for Essex down on this side, but outside of that, no really good set piece opportunities for either team at this level, and so important to try to score that way.
Yeah, it's a great point, especially no corner kicks. There's really just, it's been a clean game for the most part. You know, we've seen some elbows being thrown, a little shoving here and there, but for the most part, not many fouls, and it's just been a lot of back and forth action, not even a lot of stoppages in play, just very quick first half.
Great night here at Harford Stadium. Teams returning to the pitch to get ready for the second half. While we have this break, I'll tell you that you or your business can join in with the action and excitement. Harford Fighting Owls athletics through corporate partnerships or tax-deductible direct donations to the Fighting Owl Fund. Corporate sponsorships can include print options, signage, website links, game day promotions, and broadcast opportunities. For more information, contact the Athletic Office of Marketing and Promotions at 443-412-2321. Essex in the dark blue tops, dark blue shorts, the white numerals, the little bit of gold trim. They'll be going from left to right here in half number 2. Harford, the blue and white tops with the white shorts, white numerals, some blue trim as well. They'll be going from right to left. So glad that you have joined us for this one. Looking to get someone on the board, get a victory for the Fighting Owls here in half number 2. You know, need to put one in the back of the net in order to do it. Standing over the ball for Essex, Polsonelli and Greenstein. And I think that considering Greenstein's got 8 goals on the season, Harford did a really nice job defensively on her in the first half.
Yeah, Greenstein didn't have a single shot. Really didn't have a decent opportunity except for the one time where she had the ball cut out from behind her. But yeah, she has not gotten any opportunities to get forward.
That ball crossed in, and it's over the head of Schock. Boy, that was a little bit of a dangerous cross there.
That was very dangerous. I think the Fighting Owls actually got really lucky that no Knights were making a run there, because that was a dangerous ball, and Schock just misplayed it. It seems like she misjudged the angle of the ball.
It seemed like her feet were kind of frozen there for a second, that she just wasn't following the ball, and as you're absolutely right, she might have known that nobody was there. The other goofy thing that could happen there is that ball's so close to the line, like a wind gust, anything, or maybe a little bit more bend on that ball than you expected, and could end up hitting the post. Something goofy could happen.
Well, that or the Fighting Owls who were trying to clear it out, they might have gotten an accidental touch there. So
or surrendered a corner.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, ultimately it was good defense by the Fighting Owls, but as you said, Schock was just sort of frozen in place. You'd like to see her at least move her feet, get into a better position to play that ball.
Another throw coming along the near sideline for Doleshaw. We get to see her up close and personal here in half number 2. She had quite the spectacular first half. That ball knocked down, but it gets out over the near sideline, and so it'll be a throw coming for the Knights.
And Doleshaw is also usually the free kick taker. I know she takes a lot of the corner kicks for the Fighting Owls. Obviously, we haven't had any corner kicks yet, but if the Fighting Owls do get one, you'll see Doleshaw also get her foot on that.
Wills leaves it
Watch
off.
out for
Opportunity and shot blocked. Georgian Talk is trying to hold it in, not able to get back on top of it. Instead, really aggressive slide there, and Humes is going to earn a foul, and this will be the first really good set-piece opportunity that Harford's going to have in this match.
As you mentioned earlier, Glenn, there weren't many opportunities at first set piece in the first half. This is the Fighting Owls' first chance at a really good place here.
2 minutes gone by in the second half. Georgian Talk is standing over this one.
And I'm not surprised there aren't any other Fighting Owls standing near it.
Yeah, I thought that wall was a little close, and they are indeed going to back them up, and that's going to create the room in order for Georgian Takis to bend this one. Boy, they had to back up quite a bit. Yeah. They were way too close. Georgian Takis staring down that far post and just sailing that one, looking to get it to the corner, just a bit too much. It was a good-looking shot with a little bit of bend, but just couldn't get it down.
It was interesting. She actually didn't really get much bend on that. It looked like she was just trying to power it into that far corner. Maybe she could have used a little bit more curl on it to keep it under the post, because she just tried to power it right in there.
Now Wills looking for the cross. She gets it in. Oh, great decision by Burrows to come out and take it out of the air. before that could end up being danger for
And
the Knights.
that's more what I was looking for from Wills in the first half. That time she made her run towards the goal, able to get a little bit closer and make a play, made a very dangerous cross. Good job by Wills, even better job by Burrows to cut it out.
Mark, you spoke in the first half about the way that Burrows maybe hadn't recorded many saves, but had made some nice aggressive plays in the first half, and there's another one right there. That's not going to show up in the statistics.
Oh, that's a good pass from Wills.
Great 1-2. Shot taken, another save by Burrows. This one right into her torso. She just had to kneel down to pick off that shot from Grace Humes.
The Fighting Owls are playing much more direct so far in this half. You can see they just went straight down the middle of the field, quick passes, really good shot by Humes to test Burrows.
Adams knocks it down, but can't win the ball. Advantage play. It's going to stay with the Knights.
That's a good ball.
Chipped forward looking for Brantley, and that ball just bounces a couple times off the turf, and Dolashaw, she loses it. Brantley able to keep it in over there in the corner. It goes out off of Dolashaw for an Essex throw.
Yeah, Dolashaw actually got a little, oh my.
Oh, that's a dangerous spot. That's really close to being in the box.
What is the referee going to do here? So I think what the referee is calling is the ball is inside the box, but he's going to call it dangerous play, so it's going to be an indirect kick, which means it's not a penalty kick.
There you go. That explains that.
Now he's going to get some advice from his assistant referee here, and he has changed his mind. It looks like it is going to be a penalty kick.
Oh, that is really tough to stomach. Smythe was going to take the free kick. Instead, it's going to be a PK opportunity.
Very interesting there for the assistant referee to change the head referee's mind and make this a penalty kick.
Jenna Vogan will be the one to take the penalty kick. Vogan on the year, 2 goals. Looking for a third to get the Knights on the board. Schock stares her down. Vogan steps in, puts it on the ground. Great save by Schock. Now the second one's going to get in. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Shot taken from outside the box, off the top bar, and down and in for the goal. And I believe that came off the foot of Regal Buto. I'll wait for official word. I actually believe that was Vogan that they announced. That ball came out, was struck off the bar, and it makes it 1-0 Essex here 5 minutes into the second half. What a spectacular save made by Schock, and that one will come in right to her arms here with 5 minutes gone by.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that was just a shock play. I don't know exactly how that happened. I was keeping my eye on Schock.
No pun intended there.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Play.
I was keeping an eye on the goalkeeper, Schock, and she seemed like she was still celebrating her fantastic save from the penalty shot. And then, yeah, all of a sudden the ball gets knocked right back in, and the ball's in the back of the net.
Boy, that is really frustrating to give up a goal that way, but such is the case, and now Harford's got to play from behind. There's a whistle call there in the middle of the pitch. And it is 1-0 in favor of Essex. 6 minutes gone by here in the second half. Get that lift of that PK stop. That's the type of thing that you build momentum off of in the second half.
Here.
And another one, that time right into the arms of Schock.
Yeah, I can't help but go back to the fact that originally the head referee had pointed for an indirect kick for a dangerous play. The assistant referee changed his mind. All of a sudden, it's a penalty kick. The Knights have the 1-0 lead here. That's a big, big decision to make on the referee's part.
The ball continued to be battled for along the far sideline. And it's going to be right back over there to Stable. She's going to push it forward. An opportunity here for Harford from the corner. Now opportunity for right into the waiting arms. And that's Stable turning around. That's a good shot. It was a good decision. But right into the waiting arms of the goalie, Hannah Burrows.
Once again, I come back to technique. When she was going for that shot, she was on her back foot. Her weight was back. You can't get any power into the shot there. You've got to get your body over top of the ball, get it in front, be able to drive it forward and get a more powerful shot than that.
Will's looking for a cross. She's going to put that one right into the arms of Burrows. And Burrows will be able to send it away. 37 minutes, 45 seconds, plenty of time for the Owls to go back to work, not just to get an equalizer, but to get ahead in this match. But they just got to pick themselves up from allowing a surprise goal. They seem to come out determined here in the second half. They were controlling possession. Doleshaw now slides it forward on the ground, right back to her. Tries to go to the middle of the pitch, but gives it away in the process as Rossi knocks it down. Greenstein.
Good play by Raleigh there to block it. Oh.
And a foul called on Georgian Takis.
As I was saying, Raleigh there cut out the pass, and it's a good thing she did because Rossi for the Knights was making a run, was wide open. That run was not picked up at all. If the Knights player was able to pick her head up, she would have seen her teammate run free.
Now, from the middle of the pitch, that ball played on. Adams gets a touch on it, and Schock will come out and get it before that turns into a corner kick. So, Harford still trying to figure out a way to get on the board in this one. Now looking for the equalizer. 36.5 to play. Here in half number 2, long ball, great run, and Burrows slides out. Gonna get just enough of that. Opportunity for a rebound, but blocked out was Mackenzie Wills. Boy, very dangerous. The first one from Stable. Still on it, and that one just to the side. So that'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, fantastic run there by Brianna Stable to go all the way down there. Burrows was able to come out and cut it out, but Stable, I can't help but think that if she could have taken a dribble around the keeper there, she would have had a wide open net. Instead, she tried to chip it over and just couldn't quite get it up.
Ball played out by Burrows. Knocked down by Vogan. Vogan knocks it back to Smythe. Doleshaw loses it over the far sideline. Throw-in coming for the Knights. Doleshaw knocks that one down as well. A chance for Humes to turn around, but not able to do so. Now big boot. Taken by Smythe. And ultimately Georgian Takis is there to get it right back. Adams turns middle of the field. And she just went too far out in front, and she loses that one.
Yeah, too many touches for Adams there. She's got to get that off her foot.
Raleigh gets it back for Harford.
Oh, kind of run over there.
Whistle there, yeah. That was Dieter.
Neither player touched the ball. They kind of ran into each other, but the referee decided to just let it keep going. And
Dieter, I think, she got hit by a truck over along that far sideline.
Looks like the referee did, in fact, call a foul, so did pick it up after all.
So it'll be a free kick for the Owls from well back. And booted on. Sails over everyone. Back towards midfield. The battle continues. And it's going to get over the far sideline, so another throw-in coming for Harford.
I'll tell you what, though, from watching this game, I can understand how Essex has the record that they have. They play very solid in the defense. They don't make a ton of mistakes, and thus far, without having a ton of chances offensively, they were able to get a penalty kick and made the most of their real good chance, maybe 2 chances towards goal.
34 minutes left to play here in the second half of this one. Harford trailing 1-0, trying to find an equalizer. Knocked down by Wills. Battle continues all the way out to near midfield. Georgian Takis cannot get inside position. And a good ball played forward by Hopsis, but Georgian Takis is going to get it back. Now along the near sideline, Stanton lays it back to Doleshaw.
Oh, that's a great ball.
Great ball over. Good run by Humes. She's looking for a cross. No one there, so she settles.
Good job by
Humes. Down into the box. Strikes one. It's deflected. This one will come back towards midfield.
Really good individual effort by Humes there. Just couldn't quite get enough on the shot to get it through a defender.
Springer does a great job of keeping it in, and Georgian Takas ends up turning it over, looking for Adams. Dieter gives chase along the far sideline.
I would be surprised if once the clock starts to tick down less and less, if the Knights didn't pull back one of their two forwards and try to play a little more defensively and hold on to this 1-0 lead.
Harford still looking for an equalizer. Glenn Clark, Mark Winkle with you from Harford Stadium on the Harford Sports Network on HCN. Gorgeous evening for soccer here in the Bel Air area. And Harford trying for a fourth straight win and to improve to 5-1 overall. They've got work to do in order to make it happen, trailing 1-0. Another long ball played. Burrows well out, but she's going to come get that one before there can be any touch this time from Stable. Last time Stable was able to at least get her foot on the ball. This time Burrows gets there before even that can happen.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't want to see from the Fighting Owls, to start settling for those long balls. I know they're trailing here, but they can't start settling for long balls. They really need to try to keep working towards building up.
Dolashaw still in there fighting for it. By the way, the goal was scored by Emily DiMatteo, and I apologize for not updating DiMatteo's stats at that point. That's her second goal on the season. She now has 6 points on the year. She also has 2 assists. Ball lost out over the end line, so that'll be a goal kick.
No, it looks like
they're
going to call
say
foul.
Foul, okay, yep. This will be a free kick from a difficult spot, but fortunately not a lot of pressure shown by Essex. Good long ball played. Wills gives chase. And it's lost out for a throw-in along the far sideline for the Owls. Humes has it knocked away. Comes back towards the middle of the pitch. Dieter on top of it. Pushes forward to Adams. Adams, she takes the shot looking for the corner again. She throws her whole body into those shots.
Speaking of throwing her whole body into it, Adams took a shot when she got that one off. Referee looks like he's indicating that he saw it, but is letting it go.
Yeah, play on. Third of the way through the second half. Can you confirm that was an unassisted goal, by the way, for DiMatteo?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
It looks like it just kind of got pinballed out to her.
Right.
And she just took a long shot that hit in.
Off that top bar and went in to make it 1-0. That ball trying to cross it in towards the box. It's knocked down. Harford still trying to dig it out. Ultimately does, but over the far sideline. Throw-in coming for the Knights. And Harford on their heels here. Essex taking their time, coming up to get this throw. Can't blame them. They have the lead. Megalbuto will finally come all the way up to take it for the Knights. Plays it in towards the corner. Paulsonelli gives it right back. She's looking for a cross. Oof.
Offsides.
Offsides.
That's a poor play by Paulsonelli. When you're trying to just possess the ball, good job by them to get in the corner, try to get some possession, but then you let yourself be offsides. That's not what you want to see out of that team there, and a break for Harford, to be honest, to get the ball back so cheaply.
Big swing, ball played out towards midfield, but Essex able to get right back on top of it. Now Staten digs it out. And that comes all the way back. Dieter pushes it ahead.
That's a good pass. Humes has some space to work with here.
She's going to look to push it ahead. She's looking for Stable.
Statton's wide open on the back post if they find her.
Can't find her, and Stable has that taken away. Towards the far sideline. Now trying to get back on top of it was Raleigh. She couldn't control it, however. What a slide. Adams, now she goes and gets it herself. Adams says, I'm going to put this one on my shoulders. Come ride with me.
Incredible.
Adams takes a shot.
My
she
goodness.
Scores. What in the world? Oh, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time Alexandria Adams moves.
Glenn, that's going to be one of the best individual efforts that you will see out on this pitch. That was incredible.
The
Slide
slide.
tackle to knock the ball loose. Gets up, wins the ball back, dribbles through 3 defenders, still manages to get a really good shot off, hits the side netting, puts it in the net. That's just absolutely fantastic.
Unreal effort from Alexandria Adams, doing it all on her own. That, as I was just saying, she's going to put it on her shoulders. You want to come for the ride, come for the ride. Alexandria Adams takes it over and gets the equalizer here with 28.5 to play. We are tied up 1 apiece, Harford and Essex. What a goal from Alexandria Adams. It's unassisted as well because she wasn't going to let anyone else have a touch there.
Yeah, no, she won the ball back herself and just dribbled it the whole way.
And a beauty to the near post. Across her body. There's really nothing Hannah Burrows could do about it. And we have tied again at 1 apiece. That for Alexandria Adams, her 4th goal on the season. Another opportunity here, but Stable's fast, not fast enough to get to that one. It's going to be a goal kick. Both teams scoring here in half number 2. Momentum swings big both ways right now. Has swung back to the side of the Fighting Owls, and they will look to add a go-ahead goal as we approach the midway point of the second half.
Yeah, that goal is exactly what the
Adams,
Fighting Owls needed.
She's just trying to show off now. She gets back up. It's Georgian Takis.
As I was mentioning earlier, with the clock ticking down, Essex was going to get closer and closer to just wasting the clock out. Now that Harford got their goal, Essex can't just be content with sitting back.
No doubt about it. They're going to have to continue to play offensively. Looking for a corner, or looking for a cross there was Stable, and she gets the deflection and earns the corner. And so, with under 27 minutes to play in the second half, for the first time in this match, we will see a corner kick opportunity for, in this case, the Fighting Owls, but really it's the first time for either team.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be number 19, Abby Springer, the sophomore, going to take this.
Yep. One of the few players not from Harford County. She went to Francis Scott Key.
That's a great ball.
Carroll County, long ball played towards the far post. Cannot be knocked down. Trying to keep it in is Georgian Takis. And a great play by Polsinelli to get away from Georgian Takis and get the ball forward. Not really anything there by Swenson, who's into the match. And now Georgian Takis turns it away for Harford towards the near sideline. And that one's going to come over towards us. Quite the reaction from the crowd on the clear there by Smythe. Throw-in coming for Harford. Under 26 minutes to play. Dolashaw on top of it. Adams settles. Adams, every time she touches, is thinking, how can I score here?
Glenn, I have to mention, for how many student athletes are sitting behind us here, I was really expecting that ball to be caught, but it was not.
So you're saying you may be disappointed with the hands of some of the athletes.
I am saying do not give that fan a contract.
Taken away by Georgian Takis, no whistle. She tries to go towards the corner. Stable now, tracks it down. She's looking for a cross, gets it in. Burrows does a nice job on one bounce, picking that one up.
Stable actually made a really good low cross there. Got it around the Essex Knights goal defense, but once again, Burrows cuts it out. She's been doing that all night long.
Burrows unfazed by allowing the goal earlier. She makes the tough play there.
In her defense, there aren't many goalies that would make that save.
Springer in the battle. A lot of pushing and shoving between Springer and Rossi. And are we going to see a booking? No. Doesn't look like it. Nope, we finally will. Booking on Springer. She gets the yellow with 25 minutes to play here in the second half. It'll be a free kick coming for Essex as Abby Springer's hit with the yellow.
I don't believe the fans were very happy with that call.
I don't know what would make you think that. I don't know what would make you think that, as we are hearing every conversation that's being had here along the near sideline. Apparently it's going to cost her some Instagram followers. Hate to hear that.
Yeah, that's devastating.
I've been watching the new season of South Park. As we've learned, that's about the worst crime that can occur. Is it to cost you Instagram followers.
I'll have to trust you on that one.
Mackenzie Smythe to take this free kick, gets it around to Adams. Good job by Georgian Takis. Knocks it down. Adams right back on top of it. She slides it forward. Georgian Takis the one touch. She loses it along the near sideline. Another throw coming for Essex. Tiana Hopsis will take this one. Under 25 minutes to play. Nope, she's instead going to allow the throw to be taken again by Smythe. Change on the other side. Checking out is Rossi. Back in appears to be Sarah Brantley. And Vogan tries to get it in towards the corner. Now Greenstein on it. Good move, however. Great job by Georgian Takis. Just take it away.
Yeah, that was a critical interception, too. Greenstein, you've been talking about all game, has had 8 goals on the season. She really wants to get her shot.
And really no real threat tonight. Georgian Takis misplays this one. It's going to turn into a corner. No, good job.
Oh!
Big contact there. And that's an easy call.
Every time, Glenn, every time that will get called.
Easy whistle. And it's an aggressive play by a player who's playing aggressively all night in Brantley. And she's going to check out now.
Yeah, you can play aggressive. That's one thing. If you play aggressively against the goalkeeper, you're going to get punished for it every single time. That's just that's not very smart on her part.
And so, after all of that, it'll be a goal kick here with 24 minutes to play in the second half. And, you know, Brantley has been the most aggressive player on the pitch for Essex, so having her over on the sidelines is a very good thing right now for Harford.
Yeah, but as you can see, she's actually standing by the midline right now. She's going to come right back into this game.
So she gets booked here in the 65th minute?
Yeah.
It's weird in the women's game counting down. It's hard to remember what minute it is because you got to do the math the opposite way.
The other thing I have to mention is Cheyenne Georgian Takis. As you mentioned, her clear was kind of shanked there, and she kind of got bailed out by being able to get out of that situation. But she needs to do better on her clears.
And to say this, because Georgian Takis otherwise has been fabulous
Absolutely.
tonight. But no, she just missed on that clear attempt and could have been disaster instead. Ends up turning into a yellow card.
Well, sometimes soccer can be an unfair game. You can have a fantastic game the whole way. You make one mistake and it costs your team. So I'm just glad to see that wasn't the case in this particular instance.
And trying to keep that one on the ground. It's knocked down and there's no one over in the corner to go get it. So chance to clear it for Essex. Sails all the way back to Dolashaw. She gets back on top of it. Now she lays it back in the middle of the pitch. Misplayed by Raleigh, so she's got to wander back and get back on top of the ball. It's going to go the way of the Knights. And over on the far sideline will not stay in. It goes over for a Harford throw. You mentioned not long over on the sideline for Brantley. She's going to play with that yellow as she comes back in after a conversation with head coach Jeffrey Holland. So she's back on the pitch here with 22.5 minutes to play. Long throw in now.
But as Glenn, as you mentioned, she's been the most dangerous player for the Knights. I don't think the Essex coach can afford to have her on the bench.
Right, and the other thing, too, is when you're talking about a forward, you're not maybe quite as worried about surrendering another yellow, another booking, because they don't typically end up in those situations quite as much where they have to make desperate defensive plays.
Sure, as long as she doesn't run over the keeper again. She should be fine, theoretically.
Able to avoid
that's
a second yellow.
There's
Good
another
ball
dangerous
played,
ball.
but Raleigh tracks it down.
And
that's going to go out for a corner, and that'll be the first corner kick of the match for the Knights here with 21.5 to play. And Brantley, I thought she was going to take it. Now she's going to come in, try to get her head on it, and instead it'll be number 11, Mackenzie Smythe, who has been taking their throws as well. She's going to go over and take this corner for Essex. Tied up one apiece. Opportunity for Essex to go back ahead. This one popped up towards the edge of the box. She had a target in mind. Instead, it comes all the way over towards the near sideline. Kept in by Hopsis.
Good play by Otenisek.
And
this could start a counter.
Unfortunately, Wills wasn't able to hold on to it. Ball pushed forward.
Tiana
Vogan.
Hapsis of the Knights there really did a good job to get back in control of it for the Knights. Otherwise, like I said, Harford really would have had a dangerous counter in play.
Dolashaw plays it off of Vogan. It goes out for a throw. Vogan gets right back on top of it. Now she's trying to turn, get ahead. She's trying desperately to get it forward for Greenstein, but Dolashaw is just not allowing any of it.
Twice knocked that away.
Doing the old Dikembe Mutombo. No, not
no,
today.
no.
And a turn there. It's going to come back for a throw-in for Harford. Dolashaw's just been doing all that all match.
I'm a little surprised. Harford really has not had as much possession of late. I was thinking that they were
Since
really
scoring the goal, you're right.
Yeah, it's been a little bit more the Knights trying to push back. Harford really needs to just get back under control, calm down, take a deep breath, and try to just do what they do best, which is get possession and then try to use that speed up top and open up the Knights' defense.
20 minutes to play. And that one goes out over the far sideline. Will be another Harford throw. You can get all the latest updates and information about all 13 Harford Fighting Owl varsity teams on the web at harfordathletics.com. For schedules, results, statistics, videos, news, and more, that's harfordathletics.com. Glenn Clark alongside Mark Winkle. Just over 19 minutes to play here in the second half. Tied up 1 apiece between Harford and Essex. Essex, the early goal in the second half, scored by Emily Di Matteo. Alexandria Adams scored the equalizer for the Owls, approaching the midway point of half number 2.
Some confusion here. The assistant ref on the far side was calling for a foul, and it looks like that is going to be given.
All right, so free kick coming for Essex. And so this one will be taken by Hollemeyer. Plays it forward. Adams gets ahead on it. It comes back out to midfield. Raleigh trying to cross fields, not able to do so. Ball will be played all the way down to Schock. She wants to allow it to come into the box so she can pick it up, and it will. So Schock will just put it right down. Dolashaw back towards the middle of the pitch. Georgian Takis telling her teammates, go. I want to push this. Right on the turf. Ahead to Atenisek. Atenisek turns it in. Looking for Stable.
It was a good thought by Atenisek there, but she's got to pick her head up and realize that there wasn't anybody on that square pass.
Adams again right in there to take it away. She wants to go forward, but
good interception
thwarted
there. And it looks like they're going to call a foul back, and it looks like it's going to be on the Fighting Owls. Really a late call there, unless we just couldn't hear the whistle over here.
So a free kick set to be taken by Essex. 17:45 to play in the second half. Just thinking ahead a little bit. So far on the season, neither team has gone to extra time. 17 and a half minutes to play. As we're tied up here. Could see.
That's a good ball.
Wills
has some space to work with here.
She does. She had nobody
Staten
with her
with a
now.
good run.
Good run from Staten, but they can't get it to her. It's taken away.
Hapsis again with a critical interception.
Stable. It's going to leave it off to Atenisek. Atenisek, a lot of room. She looks for a cross. Puts it on the ground, however, nothing there. She's going to get it right back. Otenisek again.
Stable's got room.
And that's going to get right in. Far post. Brianna Stable puts Harford on top. 2-1 on the service from Otenisek. It's her second goal of the season for Brianna Stable. And Harford is on top after falling behind in the early stages of the second half. What a well-struck shot from Stable right inside that far post to give the Owls a 2-1 advantage.
You know, sometimes they say it's better to be lucky than good. Otenisek, her first cross, not very good, but it bounces right back to her. And
just trying to see how many assists now are for Otenisek on the year.
For her, that is her second assist on the season. But Otenisek, on her second chance, didn't really try to cross it, went for more of a pass, found Stable in the top of the box, and somehow Stable was just wide open.
Now Harford's got to dig in and hold on. Good turn, but that one's right into the waiting arms of Kristen Schock from Sarah Brantley. That's almost an impossible angle for a shot there, and maybe just trying to hope to play that off of Schock and hope that she misplays it there.
Yeah, well, it didn't look like she had a whole lot of help there. She might have felt like she was forced to go for the shot rather than try to get a pass in.
Doleshaw holds on to possession for the Owls. Now Adams pushing forward. Harford not content to just sit back and try to hold on to a 2-1 advantage. They want to add to it here and ice this one away. Stanton plays it back to Adams. Adams turns. She's going to take something long towards the far post. Don't know if that was a shot or if she was looking for Wills there, but both were close.
I would like to think she was looking for Wills there because that was definitely a great play. Wills just not able to get her foot on the ball on the back side of on the post.
Trying to get to the far post. 15.5 to play. 2-1 lead for Harford. Essex trying to get the equalizer now. Played ahead towards Brantley,
again.
And she takes it right back. She's been doing it all match. Doleshaw trying to get inside position, can't. And so Essex with the chance to clear. It's going to come right back. Georgian Takis puts her right toe on that one. Now ahead to Adams. Adams going the other way. She's trying to communicate something with Otenisek. Otenisek plays it forward looking for Doleshaw. Doleshaw in a little bit more of an offensive situation right now. Has it taken away by Smythe.
Yeah, but Doleshaw is going to wisely retreat here with the 2-1 lead. You don't want to push too far forward when she's been so good defensively.
No question. She has done everything that she's been asked throughout the course of this match. Don't think she's left the pitch. 14.5 to play. Along the far sideline. Goes out, throw in for Harford.
Another collision there that's not called by the referee, just letting him go.
Towards the corner, Will's looking for the cross on the turf. Coming over with Stanton now, turning, trying to get a shot off, nothing there for Stable, and that one's going to go wide. Knocked down, and just sort of waiting the waiting arms. I guess they're finally saying that did go over the line, and so it's a goal kick.
Nice job by Stable there to pull it back to find Adams, and Adams with that good shot just couldn't quite get all of it with her left foot there.
14 minutes to play, Harford on top, 2-1. And now Humes looking for the cross, trying to keep it in. It's on the turf. Ball popped right back up towards the far sideline. It'll get out. Throw-in coming for the Owls. Humes will take it quickly. She's got Adams right there. Adams will look for the cross. Instead,
she nutmegged
puts it
her.
on the ground, gets it. Can't get it into the box. It's turned away. Doleshaw comes all the way up to keep it in. Brantley there to fight with her. Doleshaw stays on top of it. Now leaves it off for Stable. Essex gets it back. Played downfield. Good run by Brantley. Doleshaw's there, and Brantley takes it right off her foot. Brantley's got an opportunity here, but Georgian Takis is there to take it right back.
Really good coverage by Georgian Takis. I think Brantley's starting to show some signs of exhaustion.
And that's a fantastic, nifty move. An ankle breaker put on Emily DiMatteo. Too much on that ball. It's played all the way down to Burrows.
Glenn, I think the fans enjoyed that one.
It's and one mixtape tour stuff, showing my age. I don't know if the kids behind me have any idea.
To heck with them. I know what you're talking about. That's all that matters.
I appreciate that, Mark. 12.5 minutes to play. Harford trying to protect this 2-1 advantage, win a fourth straight, improve on the season to 5-1. Battle for the ball along the far sideline. Humes somehow comes away towards the box. And she's taken down from behind, and that's going to be a foul, and that's going to be a penalty. And so Harford now with a chance to put this one on ice.
You know, I was just going to tell you that I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Muffaletto kept telling his team, push forward. It doesn't matter if we have the lead. Keep pushing forward. That's our game. And sure enough, they were pushing forward, and it's going to turn out to a good opportunity to take a 3-1 lead here.
Mackenzie Wills will take the PK, the freshman from Bel Air by way of Bel Air High School. Wills is going to get the signal. Already on the season, 2 goals and 2 assists. She steps into this one and delivers it. Mackenzie Wills essentially puts it away for the Fighting Owls. Goal number 3 via the penalty kick. It's 3-1 in favor of Harford with 12 minutes to play. And just a very confident, that's her 5th goal? 5th goal on the season, apologies. Goal number 5 for Mackenzie Wills. She now has 12 points on the year. And that makes it 3-1. 12-16 to play here in the second half. Essex is just going to have to throw everything they can at Harford now as they are in desperation mode. The Owls, after falling behind 1-0, have responded with 3 straight. Make it a 3-1 game. Raleigh. Harford's not letting up. Stanton now pushing forward for the Owls. Back towards the middle of the pitch.
Oh, that's a good cross. As I mentioned, it's not in Coach Mufaletto's DNA to just sit back.
It's 22-on-22 crime there as Adams and Hollemeyer got tangled. Ball comes forward.
Counterattack for the Knights.
Opportunity here. Going towards the corner. Head down for Paulsonelli, but not going to be able to get there in time. That gets over. Who touched it?
Georgian Takis just got a little toe in it as she was trying to shield it out, so it's going to be a corner kick for the Knights.
So this could be their chance to get back into this one. Just over 11 minutes to play here in the second half. Now trailing 3-1. What an excellent job by the Owls after falling behind 1-0 to not let that mess with them, to not be buried by that, to respond the way they have. 3 unanswered goals.
I'm not that surprised. I know this team has the kind of attitude where they don't think any deficit is unachievable.
Smythe again on the service, turns it in. A good head on that one, but just too much off of Greenstein.
Yeah, she's still looking for that 9th goal in this game, but that was actually probably her best opportunity towards goal. She wasn't covered very tightly, just couldn't quite get that header towards goal.
Could not get it down. Are you a graduate of Harford Community College? If so, Harford's Alumni and Development Office would like to reconnect with you. Stay involved with the college by calling at 443-412-2449 or visit our website, harford.edu.
You know, Glenn, I thought you were asking me that question at first, and I was going to say I am not, but I wish I were.
Mark Winkle alongside myself, Glenn Clark, 10-12 to play here in the second half. Harford on top, 3-1 here on the Harford Sports Network on HCN. Very vocal, boisterous crowd behind us. Good play again by Georgian Takis to slow that possession down.
Great 1-2 there.
And an opportunity on the run for Raleigh. 2 dark blue jerseys there. Raleigh crosses looking for Wills. Can't find her. It gets all the way through now. A chance for Humes. Great save by Burrows.
I will start by saying you got to give Burrows a lot of credit. She's done everything she can to keep her team in this game. That being said, what a fantastic play by Raleigh to get down that line. Really good cross. Humes probably should have put it away, but as I said, great save by Burrows.
No, she really did. That ball was over her head, and she slowed it down first and then caught it out of the air to prevent that from being goal number 4 for the Fighting Owls here in the second half. Harford not giving up, however. They want to add to this 3-1 advantage. Now turn Humes on the ground this time, right into the waiting arms of Hannah Burrows.
Yeah, another good individual effort by Humes to cut it inside, really get a good shot even though it was with her non-dominant foot. But, again, just keeping the pressure on. Just got to watch out for the counterattacks.
That ball played ahead. Trying to keep that one in, but not able to do so was Dieter. Battle continues. Now ahead, Brantley on the run, looking for a cross. Nobody there. She was looking for Rossi. Tried to play it on the ground, not able to do so. 8.5 to play. Just thinking ahead a little bit for these teams. Harford turns around just 2 days later for a date with Monroe back here at Harford Stadium. For Essex, after this one, they will lick their wounds and they return home 5 days later to face Harcum College.
Yeah, neither is really an easy match. It's going to be a tough one for both teams to try to get a win after this one.
8 minutes to play here in the second half. Harford just trying to protect this 2-goal advantage. See the Harford men's team warming up on the sidelines.
That's going to be a really good game,
Yeah,
Glenn.
the Harford men also slated to take on Essex. And another great effort at Georgiantakis. This one, however, right in to the upper body of Burrows. She pulled the trigger on that shot, stung that one.
Yeah, she's got a cannon in her right foot. When she gets some time, and as you saw, she was able to really get her feet in front of her. Good positioning, and yeah, got a good shot. Just happened to go right at Burrows.
Raleigh knocks it down, now stable, and Harford just really going all out here in the second half. That one's chipped towards the goal, but wide, and so it'll be a goal kick. This telecast of Harford Athletics is made possible in part by our corporate partners, the U.S. Army, Chick-fil-A, Fortunato's Pizza, Academy Bus, Dreyer Physical Therapy, the University Center in Aberdeen, BSN Sports, the Harford College Store, Coca-Cola, and the APG Federal Credit Union. I've enjoyed bringing this one to you. I've certainly enjoyed the offensive performance in the late stages of the second half from the Fighting Owls. Essex in desperation mode, just trying to throw something together here. Brantley on the run, looking for a cross. Takes it back into the box. Now on the ground. Opportunity for Greenstein. She pulls the trigger just wide. And she has been kept quiet here tonight by Harford. That was a really good opportunity.
Yeah, for a player with the kind of goal-scoring pedigree she has this season, you really expect her to put a better effort on that.
And it's Shock now at the goal kick coming. Oh, no, she's not going to take it instead. It'll be taken by Abby Springer. 6 minutes to play.
I'll tell you what, Glenn, for even the most diehard soccer fans, nobody really wants to see a 0-0 draw. So after that first half, you're hoping to get some more goals.
No doubt.
And we have been pleasantly surprised with 4 goals so far in the first 40 minutes of this half.
And for Harford, the onslaught started with Adams, who was trying to feed that one back into Wills, but Burrows comes out to get it. This all started, they were trailing 1-0. And Alexandria Adams, the slide tackle near the midfield, gets the ball back and just decides to push it forward herself and pull the trigger on a shot from outside of the box. That tied things up. Harford has added 2 more since then, but this all started with Adams going 5-hole that time. Was Staten, but not able to get back on top of it. Doleshaw, it's one of the rare miscues she's had tonight, as Doleshaw loses that one over the near sideline.
Yeah, for as many times as you called her name out tonight, that was one of the few times where it was in a negative connotation.
No question about that. Adams forward. Now back towards the middle of the field.
Some better passing by the Knights here. They're finally able to link up a little bit.
And trying to play this one in from the far side of the pitch, and that one's going to come all the way through. A chance here, but just sailing on that shot was Ashley Hollemeyer.
Yeah.
Boy, she had a lot of that net to work with, too, as that ball came through to her.
Not only that, she had time to trap the ball, take her time, and just couldn't quite get that on goal. Really disappointing for her. I'm sure she'll want that one back.
And really frustrating for Essex, too, because if you score there, you know, it's still desperation, but you have 4.5 minutes to try to equalize.
Sure, it at least gives you a chance. It puts you in the game. Yeah, and you're not going to get many better chances than that one.
Over the far sideline, throwing coming for Harford. And now you got to start thinking about trying to take it towards the corner and working on the clock.
Well, then you haven't talked to Coach Muffaletto very much.
Oh, is he opposed to the strategy?
He just wants goals. To heck with wasting time. He wants his team to always be aggressive.
Great
like right
slip
here.
through pass opportunity now, but no angle to work with there for Raleigh. She ends up putting that right into the body of Hannah Burrows.
Yeah, Coach Muffaletto always encourages girls to be aggressive, always go for goal.
As a soccer fan, I appreciate that. As someone who understands that sometimes you just got to go win a match. You always wonder if that might backfire at some point, but it's worked for Coach Muffaletto, and so don't think he should change it now.
Yeah, he's had a lot of success with this women's soccer program at Harford.
Under 4 minutes to play. Back towards midfield.
Oh,
and a chance for a 2-on-1. We got a player down behind the play. And appears to be in real pain. Emily Raleigh. Oh, sorry, actually that's number 6 for, oh boy, I had everything wrong there. Alexis Regalbuto. Calling the wrong name, the wrong number, the wrong team even. It's Regalbuto who gets back up. It's weird how that tends to work in soccer. As soon as, you know, the foul's called, it's a players in a lot of pain. Oh, it's awful. Need the training staff to come out. Find out you got the foul call, and oh, all right, well, that's weird. Okay, I guess I'll get up now and run towards the sidelines.
Unfortunately, it does seem like it's one of the few sports where that tends to be the case.
Hollemeyer will take this free kick for the Knights. She steps into it. Big boot all the way on, and Schock. For a second, I thought that might leak out, but...
Yeah, it was a little scary there, but ultimately Schock was able to put up the fair catch signal.
Right, protect that one. And she punts that back out to midfield. And now, again, pushing forward is Raleigh.
Little room here on the side for Raleigh.
3 minutes to play. She wants more. Chips it back towards the middle of the field, and Wills trying to get it ahead.
Offsides.
Staton was offsides.
Again, nice 1-2 passes. Raleigh cut it back inside. Wills tried to hit a quick pass to Staton, but Staton just couldn't hold her run.
And so it'll be a free kick coming for Essex, but they trail 3-1 with 2.5 minutes to play. Burrows towards midfield. Now Dolashall up on top of it. Pokes it forward. Adams, she wants more.
Tenisek wide open on the far side. They get it to her. Look at all that space she's got.
Opportunity to cross that in. Instead, right into the waiting arms of Hannah Burrows.
Yeah, Tenisek said to heck with a cross. I'm just going to go straight for the shot.
Well, everybody's trying to get into the mix now. When you've already got 3, now it's everybody's thinking, I want in on this. I want one for myself.
Sure, and at some point you have to give a little appreciation to the Knights defense. They're dealing with a lot of pressure. They're trying to hold up, but they're showing signs of exhaustion.
Georgian Takis with the giveaway, under 2 minutes to play. Now from the far side.
Wide open Knights player in the middle of the box. Nobody's picking it up.
Loses it. It's going to come out towards...
If Brantley could pick her head up, Hallemeyer was literally standing in the middle of the box. Nobody within 10 yards of her.
Throwing coming from the far side. 1.5 minutes to play. Brantley loses it. So Dieter will get the opportunity to throw it in for Harford. And you'd imagine that will probably about do it for this one. Harford with a nice inspired effort here in half number 2. To get the victory. 1:27 to play. And Vogan knocks that one down. And still continue to be fought for along the far sideline. Have enjoyed our students that have come and hung out with us over here on the near side of the pitch.
Yeah, enjoyed is a nice way of putting it. They're a lively
They've
bunch.
had fun. Haven't said anything nasty about the other team. Appreciate the sportsmanship that's been showed. Is that one nearly taken away by Shannon Hazel? Instead, another throw-in coming.
Sportsmanship definitely a very integral part of being at Harford.
No doubt about that. And they've enjoyed themselves. They've made noise. They've supported their team, but have not done it in a nasty way as Harford's rallied, now about to finish off a 3-1 victory. From the far side, Greenstein trying to cross it in.
Hallemeyer again open in the middle.
And she's just not able to do anything there. Instead, she continues to move it. Now an opportunity far post, and look at that. In the final minute of the match, Essex finally able to connect. It's Vogan who puts it home. Assist to DiMatteo. So a nice 2-point or 3-point match for DiMatteo. Vogan scores the goal. That's Jenna Vogan. It's her 3rd goal of the season. She now has 8 points on the year. And with 20 seconds left, Essex makes it 3-2.
Yeah, that's going to be a feel-good moment for Essex, but
it's not going to matter much, but I imagine Coach Muffaletto is not going to be happy about it.
No, there's way too much room, as I said. Hallemeyer wide open in the middle, able to get it out wide with space, but Harford's going to close this one out.
3 seconds left, and that'll be how it comes to an end as the students serenade the Essex Knights here at the end. Harford picks up a 3-2 victory, their 4th consecutive on the year. They improved to 5-1 on the season. Harford goal scorers: Brianna Stable, Mackenzie Wills, and Alexandria Adams. Credit Chase Otenisek with an assist as well. For the Knights of Essex, their goal scorers in the second half, Emily DiMatteo and Jenna Vogan. DiMatteo would add an assist on the Vogan goal in the closing minute. That's how it comes to an end, a 3-2 final in favor of the Fighting Owls. When we come back in, we're going to talk to their head coach, Jason Muffaletto, as well as a player. Harford picks up the 3-2 victory here today at Harford Stadium. This is the Harford Sports Network on HCN. Glenn Clark with you back at Harford Stadium post-game after Harford picks up a 3-2 victory over Essex here tonight. Joined first by the head coach of the Fighting Owls, Coach Jason Muffaletto. Coach, congratulations. Your team falls behind 1-0 there in the early stages of the second half, but they didn't melt. They didn't allow that to become too big for them. They put together a nice rally.
Yeah, we knew we were going to have a difficult game, and we knew they were going to come out and play and really take it to us and really test us. I thought it was a great test for us. We were able to respond the way we wanted to respond and get a win and come back from 1-0.
We got Alexandria Adams who's going to join us in a second. It started with her goal where she literally took the ball right off a foot, turned around. That individual effort to go get the goal, how impressed were you by that?
Oh, that's great. That's why we put her in the spots on the field. So she can do those the special individual things that not many people can do.
One of the other players that jumped out at me tonight was Dola Shaw. It seemed like every time she was tested, she came up with an answer.
Yeah, Emily was she's steady. She's steady. She stays calm under everything, and she just is super consistent.
4 straight wins. You got to be happy with the direction your team's going in.
Yeah, we're definitely happy, and we're getting better, which is really what the goal is. Try to get better every day.
Coach, congratulations.
Thanks.
Now, Alexandria Adams. All right, so you make the slide tackle, and I say, it looks like Alexandria is saying, go ahead, jump on for the ride. I'm putting this on my shoulders. And then you turn around and you take the shot. Take us through the entire play.
I don't even remember. I was just so excited. I've never had a shot like that. Like, it was just wild to me. Essex are my rivals. I'm from there, so I was just excited to play. I had offers to play at Essex, and I came here, and it was just, for me, it was like kind of a hit into the face. Like, pick it up, guys. Let's go. We're not losing to them. Like, I was just really pumped after that shot, and I knew once one of us scored, our team, once we score, we just keep going, and we just go off from there.
Why did you guys not end up melting after allowing that goal? What allowed you to rally together and come back and get these 3?
This is our biggest game of the season, not like competitiveness-wise, just they're our rivals, so we knew that we didn't want to lose to them. So we knew that if we were to put our heads down, they were gonna win. So our thing was, once they scored, I was like, everyone keep your heads up, because we can't lose this. This is one of the biggest games.
How happy are the way the team is playing now, 4 straight wins?
I am so excited. I am so ready for nationals. That's where we're headed to. We want to go.
I love it. Alexandria, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you.
There she is, Alexandria Adams, goal scorer here tonight as Harford knocks off Essex 3-2. We want to thank you for being a part of our broadcast. Thanks to everyone who made this possible, including my broadcast partner, Mark Winkle. For the entire crew, I am Glenn Clark. Again, your final score here tonight, Harford 3, Essex 2. This has been the Harford Sports Network on HCN.